Alright everybody, we are back with some more Monkey Hero Adventures. We are picking up right where we left off on the on the main scenario quest. Looks like we might hit level 30, and if we do, maybe the next video we'll go ahead and become a ninja. It's pretty early in the story to become a ninja before we even get our chocobo. But let's see, we might just stick with the story for a while. Let's see how we do. Alright, here we go. Momodi, what you got for us? Scions of the 7th Dawn. Let's go join the Scions. So you want to know more then, do you? Well, ain't that a surprise? I swear, if I painted certain death on a door and limitless wealth on the other, 9 out of 10 adventures would go through the first, and the other bloke wouldn't be able to choose on account of being old Dawn. Anyway, don't say I didn't warn you. First of all, if you're wondering whether you can trust these Scions of the 7th Dawn, you can. They're good people who've made it their mission to solve some of Eorzea's most pressing problems. Of course, that ain't no small task, and they're always looking for dependable individuals to join them. Individuals like you, Monkey. Now, I've been given leave to tell you where to find the Scions, but you must promise to keep the information to yourself. As you can probably imagine, it's something Eorzea's enemies would very much like to know. The Scions are headquartered in Vesper Bay, out in western Thanlin. The place you're looking for is called the Wakened Sands. Give your name to whoever's at the entrance, and you'll be let in. You're a man in demand, Monkey, and the days ahead promise to be busy, but I hope you won't forget about them that's helped make you into the adventurer you are. Drop in and tell them how you're faring from time to time, you hear? Right, well, I've said my piece. Off you go. And off we go. And this is why you always attune to those aetherites. It's quiet out here at night. These are the quests so that you can color your gear and cast glamours, which are important. So we're gonna knock these out while we're here. Yeah, he just wants orange juice. Alright, we got it. So now we can glamour our gear, we can dye our gear. Sweet. What is the next thing he does? Absolutely glamorous. Learn how to craft glamour prisms. No, we don't care about that. We'll buy ours. This guy always has a bunch of extra, like, dungeons. And stuff like that. And I believe this person does too. It's usually like, yeah. Those are optional dungeons. Hello, Tataru. Deep in the desert of my heart, a lonely flower blooms, yearning for the heavens above to quench my thirst for you. Do-lo-lo-lo-lo-lo-lo. Whoa! I would thank you not to sneak up on me like that. Now, please be advised this is private property. Unless you have pertinent business here, I must ask you to. Here at the behest of Ishtola. My sincerest apologies. May I please have your name? Monkey Hero, Monkey Hero. Ah, here you are. I bid you welcome to the Waking Sands, headquarters of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. My name is Tataru, and I look forward to assisting you during your time with us. The antecedent is within the solar. I shall let her know to expect you. I take it you're Monkey Hero? Tataru sent word that you had arrived. Lady Minfilia has eagerly awaited your coming. This way, if you please.
So you're the adventurer of whom I've heard so much. Well met, friend. My name is Minfilia, and I lead the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. I have awaited your coming. Please, be at ease. You are among friends here. No doubt you are ripe to burst with questions. But have patience. All will be revealed in time. First, let me begin by telling you who we are and what we do. We are the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, an order that transcends political boundaries. Our single objective is the preservation of the future of Eorzea. Among our gravest concerns are the godlike beings known as the Primals. Their existence is a bane upon Eorzea, nay, the world at large, and we have striven to find a lasting solution to the threat they pose. Our order is home to a number of individuals who, like you, possess a rare and special talent. This talent takes various forms, but one holds particular interest for us. Tell me, have you ever experienced a sudden, inexplicable loss of consciousness? Have you ever had the sensation of being pulled away from reality? Felt as though you were hovering in space, a mind without a body? All these things are the manifestations of your talent. Yours is the power to transcend the boundaries of the soul, a power known as the Echo. The Echo allows you to pass through the walls of a man's soul and hear the resonations of his past. You will be there in his memories and see things as he saw them. You may even interact with that which you see, though you cannot change the outcome of events. For another blessing, the Echo will enable you to know a man's mind even if you cannot comprehend his words. In short, the Echo is a truly extraordinary power, and this power is strong within you. It is only a shame that we cannot use it whensoever we choose. That's right. I too possess the Echo. With that established, let us return to the subject of the Primals. So long as they exist, the realm cannot take so much as a single step towards true peace. Measures must be taken. Measures which transcend boundaries, be they of faction, race, language, or creed. And to do so, the Scions require the aid of those with our talent. Make no mistake, the Echo will be instrumental in dealing with the primal threat. Without it, we cannot hope to save the realm. I know not what it is you desire for yourself, nor what it was that first brought you to Eorzea. But I firmly believe that the power we possess was given to us for a purpose. Why else would the gods entrust man with a gift so extraordinary, if not to have him use it? And so I implore you, lend us your power.
Naturally, your aid will not go unrewarded. We are fortunate to have a number of influential allies, and at a word from me they will gladly afford you certain privileges that might otherwise be denied you. The right to employ retainers, for example. Are you familiar with them? They are individuals who may be relied on to manage your assets and belongings on your behalf. The papers you requested, my lady. Thank you, Tacharu. The pleasure is mine, my lady. By way of a welcoming gift, I have taken the liberty of adding your name to the retainer's registry. As of now, you are entitled to employ the services of a retainer. You will need to consult a retainer vocate regarding the particulars of this arrangement, but believe me when I say that retainers will prove invaluable to you in your adventuring endeavors. Let this gesture serve as evidence of our commitment to do all in our power to facilitate your personal objectives. In return, we ask that you aid us to the fullest extent of your talents. A mutually beneficial relationship, I am sure you will agree, and one which serves the greater good besides. Well, that was a veritable lecture, was it not? Forgive me, but it is important that all concerned are aware of what is expected of them. Now you know our purpose and what we can offer you. I invite you to consider joining us. When you have come to a decision, you may tell me without fear of censure. In good faith, I shall entrust you our order's password, which our members use to reach one another when afield. It's Wild Rose. Pray keep it safe. We Scions have but one objective, to safeguard the future of Eorzea. Among our greatest concerns are the godlike beings known as the Primals. Long have we striven to find a lasting solution to the threat they pose. I know not what it is you desire for yourself, nor what it is that first brought you to Eorzea, but I firmly believe that the power we possess was given to us for a purpose. Pray consider this when you give me your answer, monkey. I will go whither the wild rose blooms.
I take it you will help us. Wonderful! I knew you wouldn't let us down. But come, I would introduce you to your friends in the Order. Tell me, does the name Scion ring any bells? It used to be one of Eorzea's 6 city-states, and was situated in the northwest of Aldenard. The Scions were the keepers of wisdom both old and new. Their mastery over magic and ether was unsurpassed, and even the Garleans knew to fear them. Among their number, there were a noble few who devoted their lives to safeguarding the future of Eorzea. When the realm began its descent into chaos, and their countrymen fled for the motherland, they alone chose to remain here. These noble men and women were called the Archons. Those same brave souls stand before you now. The masked woman is Ida, and beside her is Papa Limo. The two are charged with surveying the Twelveswood.
Hello there.
Welcome.
Okay, my turn to introduce someone. That there is Thancred.
He is our man here in Ul'dah, Jewel of the Desert.
Welcome to the team. If I may, the lovely maiden beside me is named Y'shtola. Limsa Lominsa has the pleasure of being under her care.
Greetings. I have been expecting you. Last but not least is Urianger, who presides over all affairs within these halls. Pray seek him out whenever you have questions.
Dawn may banish even the darkest night. The words of a dear friend. I am glad of our meeting.
At the Battle of Carteneau, our leader was taken from us. But we did not stray from our purpose. We sought out Minfilia and others with her talent, and together established the Scions of the Seventh Dawn.
Along with the Archons, those blessed with the Echo play a pivotal role in our endeavor to forge a brighter tomorrow for the realm. Oh, I should also introduce you to Tataru, our clerk. She ensures that everything runs smoothly.
Pleased to make your acquaintance.
In time, I hope you will come to think of us as family. But without further ado, I would assign you your first task. Urianger, have the documents arrived from the students of Baldessian?
Aye, my lady. They arrived but recently.
We have received a request for aid from the Immortal Flames. Thancred, would you do the honors?
It would be my pleasure. Some days ago, a crystal caravan registered to Amagina and Sons mineral concern was waylaid and divested of its cargo. But there is more. Within a bell of the robbery, several people were reported missing from the shantytown outside the city.
At a glance, one would assume the involvement of bandits, kidnappers, and coincidence. Such crimes are hardly uncommon, and the Immortal Flames deal with their like almost every day. However, this time we have reason to believe that a Primal is involved.
Aye. The evidence left behind implicates the Emulja, who are known worshippers of Ifrit. If we then consider the objects that were taken, there is no room left for doubt. The crimes were committed in the name of a Primal.
That you may better understand the nature of our struggle with the Primals, I would have you play the leading role in this investigation. You have my thanks. If there is aught you wish to know, I recommend you speak with Thancred. He is well versed in the affairs of Ul'dah.
Ever at your service, dear fellow.
It is very odd hearing those voices, because they are definitely very different now. Ready to begin, are we? That's the spirit. Then your mission is to investigate a crystal robbery and a spate of abductions. crimes which we believe to be connected. Assuming we're correct, it is like any other that any discoveries we make in relation to one another will further our understanding of the other. Now, since the attack on their caravan, our friends at Amagina and Sons Mineral Concern have doubled security over all their shipments. In light of this, it is my judgment these abductions should be our priority. According to our preliminary findings, the majority of the missing were last seen in the vicinity of Camp Drybone, so that would be a fine place to begin. A fellow by the name of Isambard serves as the camp's de facto leader. Pay him a visit and see that he gives his full cooperation. I realized we never went to Central Panelin Night last time. So we'll go to here. A little tune. And we'll go over here. Oh, it's raining in Eastern. Hi, I'm Isambard, here to search for the missing folk, I take it. Minfilia sent word that an adventure fitting your description would be along. She also warned us to be wary of the Amalja. It seemed we know who the culprits are, at the very least. Now, I bear no official title at this camp. The people here have come to look to me for leadership. You have my word that I can do all I can to help see the victims safely returned. Let us get right to it, then. Minfilia names the Amalja culprits in all this. You would do well to investigate them first. Much harm has been levied on these lands by the Amaljan hands. The flames burn where they might, but their light cannot stay the darkness in all places at all times. There have been brutal murders of callers at the Church of Saint Adama Landama, innocents wishing no more than to pay their respects for the dead. The poor souls deserve a proper burial. I would see to the dead before mongrels catch their scent, but I know not if the Amalja still linger. Would you secure the remains for me, friend? You will find them on the eastern road. 12 willing, you may even come to learn something of the Amalja seek in this area. Well, let's go. There's an optional dungeon down here in the south. Halatali. It's an optional level 20 dungeon. It's down there. It's right there. But, yeah, optional dungeons. Not really worried about those. More trying to get the story done, and I might do that on my own later. Yummy, ripe corpses. It's good to see you've returned. Were you able to secure the remains of our fallen? With the bodies given back proper to the earth, the souls will find their way across to the other side. You have done a noble deed this day. I thank you. Now then, what of the Amalja? Did you see any? Surely such massive monstrosities, as they cannot conceal their presence, must less take their quarry unawares. Ah, so there were Amalja remaining. After all, I feared as much. Their part in the lowborn disappearing is all but confirmed, but I sense there is more to this than meets the eye. The occasional Amalja raiding party would not account for people going missing in these kinds of numbers. The total is too great, and the questions too many. It would not surprise me in the least to learn another had a hand in this. But whose? Countless travelers pass through Drybone every day, and even if it were among them, how would we best discover who may be implicit in these vanishings? What say we turn an eye to the common folk themselves? It may be among them that we find the reasons for these vanishings. 12 forbid it be so. There is a merchant here by the name of Ungust, who was born here in Drybone and grew up in the Golden Bazaar. A rough character, but he knows the people here better than anyone else. I'd wager he's at the inn, quaffling about the day's earnings. Here, I'll write a note for you to show him, else he's not likely to speak to you. What's up, Ungust? Well, gods be damned. You're that bloody avenger who threatened me back in Ul'dah. What in the seven hells do you want with me now? Dear friend, Missing people, please help. Yours, Isambard. Folk around here, as wary as they come, they'll turn tail and run if you so much as pass wind nearby. Played 'em all for fools and coaxed some hard labor out of 'em, I did. If anything, they're even more timid than before. Well, with all the disappearances, you can go talk to them yourself if you don't believe me. Hungry beggar. Please, just leave me be. Devious derelict. I've nothing to say but this. Thou'll take who, or whatever's been feeding off us low folk. What do you want from me? I don't know anything, I swear. Please don't kill me. Just as I told you, wasn't it? The whole lot of them are terrified. There's been talk of folk getting abducted, but if you ask me, that's simply up and moved on to a better place. This place isn't actually Costa del Sol, if you know what I'm saying. Welcome back, monkey. Have you learned aught of import? I see. I suppose I should have expected as much from Ungust. Well, another thought occurred to me in your absence. The common folk are nothing if not fervent in their religious belief. Perhaps if they speak freely to their gods, then the clergy may know something of use. No. If we would know what the common folk speak to their gods, we no better place in the church of St. Adama Ledama. It is a small and humble church found in the northwest of here. And so long as you're headed there, you might as well ask you to deliver this embalmed corpse. A morbid request, I grant you, but it must be borne to burial, and I trust no one more than you to see it done. Seek out a man named Marcus. He tends the graves at the lich yard. He will tell you where the body is to be interred. Can't wait to be able to use that. What's up, Marcus? I am Marcus, yes. A body, of course. There have been so many bodies of late. I apologize, sir. If you seek a place of burial, then there is an empty grave atop the ridge. Take the path and lay him to rest there. May they walk in Thal's realm. What? Missing people? I'm afraid I cannot help you. But maybe Sister Orshrin can. She's been kind to me. Everyone's been so kind. I don't know why, though. Pardon me. You'll find Sister Orson in the church walls. There she is. I hear you've done us a service of burying a fallen soul. Please accept our gratitude and extend it to Isambard next you see him. You seek knowledge of missing Drybone inhabitants. It is true I am closer to the people than any of our order. I confide in them, and they in me. When they wish to speak to their keeper, Thal, I am the medium through which they do. Should I learn anything pertinent, I am sure to share the information with you. I only wish Marcus would be more helpful in the matter. I pray he did nothing to offend. He saw terrible things during the calamity. His scars run deep. Indeed, he seems to now prefer the company of the dead over the living. While tragic, I fear such behavior ill befits the church. I received word not long ago that one of our recent visitors, a man called Thancred, I believe, took offense at his conduct. I must have words with Marcus, and soon. Nah, man, Marcus is cool. Didn't bother me. Hey, Marcus, cool dude. He's got a little PTSD. Thank you, Monkey. A burial is not an easy thing, even when the departed is a stranger. Were you able to learn aught of the missing common folk? You've been keeping yourself rather busy of late, haven't you, Monkey? A pleasure, dear Isambard. The name is Thancred, and I share a passion with you and our mutual friend here for learning what has become of these missing persons, and why. I, too, spoke with Ungust, more times than I care to count. There seems to be some truth in the notion of the common folk speaking their secrets only to those in service to the gods. Prostration, prayer, penance, abject deeds done behind closed doors, away from prying eyes. Who better to take the pious unawares than she who takes confession, the good Sister Orson herself? Orson? She wouldn't. She couldn't. Even the most beautiful roses have thorns, my friend. And you would be wise to keep an eye on this rose. Still, the Lich Keeper Marcus. I swear to the 12 I've seen that face elsewhere before. Sister Orson, it cannot be. Though she is wont to travel to the Golden Bazaar on her own, and it is not uncommon to see her speaking to the children, but no, it cannot be. She... could it? I grow weary of these suspicions. I know there is one child in particular that she is fond of. Pray, seek out the boy, Monkey, and see if you cannot glean something from him about Orson's activities. Went a long way. Please help. Sister Orson went out all on her own and she hasn't come back. She always reads to me right here about Thal and the Order and Other side. I told her I lost my shiny thing and she went looking for it. But what if the monsters outside hurt her? Please find her. You're the one from the church. Thank goodness you arrived when you did. It seems my gratitude is yours yet again. You spoke with the child? Yes, well, I was able to find his lost trinket. It's a ring given to him by his mother before she passed. I will see it safely back to him. Oh man, doesn't exactly seem like she's kidnapping fools, but I mean, she's really good at pretending. Sister Orson was attacked outside the Golden Bazaar. Gods forfend. I will secure a room at the inn for her should she require any rest. Searching for mementos of orphans, and risking her own well-being in the doing, no less. Certainly not the dastardly deeds Thancred would have us believe. I am well glad I reserved that inn room for Sister Orson. It seems she received greater injuries from her attackers than she initially let on. Thankfully, she's expected to make a full recovery. But now, on the matter at hand, Thancred came looking for you once more. He left word he will be waiting at the Amalja encampment to the southeast. I pray the two of you are able to uncover some evidence regarding these disappearances. What's up, Thancred? Ah, there you are, monkey. So good of you to come. Indeed, I've heard all about good Sister Orson. Isambard said her wounds were serious. It would seem my suspicions about the poor Rose were misplaced. But false though they were, perhaps my suspicions were not entirely without merit. Whilst following Sister Orson near the Gold Bazaar, a band of Amalja caught my eye. I tracked them as far as this encampment, but, well, let us say I would much prefer to keep my distance and remain here. This, of course, brings me to why I requested you, dear monkey. Would you be so kind as to take a look inside? Oh, sure, just fucking, yeah, no. Just, yeah, you know. I mean, I'm actually massively over-leveled, so nothing's gonna aggro me. So this actually is easy. There you go, got my clue. Hey guys. In Final Fantasy, they have a little triangle around their head like that. That means they're aggressive, and they have that little thing right there. That means they're not. A little blue thing. But enemies will not attack you if you are 10 levels higher than them or more. Well, did anything tickle your fancy? This leaflet. See the wealth of Nald to the hands of your children. Looks to be some sort of assembly to provide the poor with work. The lettering, though, atrocious, is it not? And these bits about Nald Thal seem somewhat less than studied? I find it hard to believe one among the Order penned this. Pray, take it to the inn at Camp Drybone. Let us see what Sister Orson makes of it. My savior comes again. To what do I owe this honor today? What is this? Blasphemous! These are not our teachings at all. This was not made by any true brother or sister of the Order. Of that I can assure you. Come to think of it, weeks ago the church was plagued by missing garments. Could someone be posing as a priest of the Order to deceive the people? The plot thickens, Monkey. Our culprit pretends to be a priest to lend credence to his deception. There is no doubt an irony in there somewhere. But I suspect we have a worthy adversary on our hands. I shall consider how best to handle this. For now, tell Isambard what we have learned here. Posing as a priest! To think! These troubling notions aside, it is gratifying to finally be able to move this investigation forward. Thank you again, Monkey. I shall keep my ears and eyes open, now more than ever. Alright, level 30. We can become a ninja whenever we want now. Dressed to deceive. I'm afraid I have not seen any unusual activity, nor have any in this camp given me cause to doubt them. But unless we can identify the culprit, and soon, more innocents will fall victim. Do not despair just yet, my friend. An idea occurs to me. Our suspect has been posing as a priest, using leaflets bearing false promises to lure the poor. Let Monkey and me serve like those with like by posing as impoverished souls in need of succor. Ah, I dare hope that this will yield the answers we seek. It will be a dangerous undertaking, but the two of you are more than capable of looking after yourselves. I'm next to useless in battle, but I can supply the garments for the disguise. These old tunics and slops should serve your needs, so long as you don't mind the smell and the stains. These will serve well. You have my thanks. Listen, Monkey. So as to lay the foundation for our little ploy, we must make it widely known that more vagrants have arrived at camp and are desperate for coin. To this end, I want you to don the old garments Isambard lent us and beg for work around camp. Before long, the false priest should catch wind and approach us. I still look pretty dapper, but whatever. And you are? Another refugee by the looks of you. The immortal flames are neither work nor coin for you. Be gone. See that you don't make a nuisance of yourself. I preach the teachings of Azima, the warden. Hast thou come to partake of the honey of her wisdom? Azima is the keeper of the sun and goddess of inquiry. All is laid bare beneath the light of her divine countenance. Open thy heart to this light, needy child, and thou shalt want for naught till the end of days. And I was about to get to the good part. Looking for work, you say? Sorry, but we don't have any openings. Now get out of here so I can finish my story. Greetings, good sir. Is there aught I might assist you with? Oh, I don't believe there is. I'm afraid our wares are very expensive. Mayhap you should rejoin your fellows out at the pond north of Sandgate. Rude. What is it? Gods, not again. Look, being poor doesn't give you the right to pester whoever you like. Why don't you keep to your own kind by that muddy pond out of yours at Drybone? I don't know, I guess we know where the poor hang out. You have quite a knack for being a nuisance, Monkey. The camp is abuzz with the newly arrived vagrants. And though we were unable to attract our wayward transgressor, we were able to learn that the poor have a commune by the pond north of Sandgate to the east of here. The eyes of our authorities do not reach that place, rather ideal for spiriting away hapless souls. Let us go there and wait for the kindly priest to come and offer us aid and comfort. Needless to say, you'll need to remain in disguise. Yeah. Let's go. I mean, I'm gonna do this right. A fine evening for catching false priests, wouldn't you say? You look absolutely smashing, Monkey. Positively dressed for deception. All that's left, then, is to wait for our quarry to appear. Oh, you poor, unfortunate souls. This is no way for men to live. No way at all. Who are you? What do you want? Be at ease, child, for I mean you no harm. I am a priest of the Order of Naldthal, and I have come to offer you succor. This leaflet bears the teachings of Nald. Trust to them, and you will surely set you free from the shackles of penury. Penury? Oh, being poor? A tempting offer, but I'm afraid I must decline. On account of that atrocious performance, you would have made a god's awful mummer, Ungust. What? How did you know? You bastards tricked me! Please don't hurt me. I was only doing it to protect my people. Is that so? Do continue. Very well. I'm a man of the Golden Bazaar, raised there, if not born. Some moons ago, the Emulsia raids began. They would appear sudden out of a sandstorm and plunder and pillage at will. Our defenders couldn't stand against them. Few as they were, everyone lived in fear. I wanted to save my people, but being a merchant was all I knew, and so I did the one thing a merchant could. I approached the Emulsia in hopes of brokering a deal. In return for sparing the Gold Bazaar, they made demands, outrageous ones. Demands? Of what kind, pray tell? First of all, they wanted a schedule for the crystal shipments from the Nanwa mines. For this, I bribed one of the workers to leak me the information. Next, they wanted me to bring them people, so I posed as a priest to lure the vulnerable and give them over to the Emulsia. I didn't have a choice. Protecting one's home is a noble thing, but at the cost of innocence. You could have sought the aid of the immortal flames, yet you did not. I suspect you are not telling me the full story. What made you sell out your own people? Speak. Oh, it's good. What did you say? The coin was good, I said. I could sell more meat for a score of lifetimes and not see a fraction of what the Amalja pay me. You sacrifice innocence so you could line your own pockets. Words fail to express the contempt I feel for you. Spare me your contempt. If you want to blame someone for the mess the world's in, then blame yourselves for the gods. Or the gods. What? Not you again. Were you the one leaking the Immortal Frames patrol routes to the enemy as well? Spit it out. No! I know nothing about that, I swear. At this stage, I'm rather disinclined to believe aught that leaves your mouth. But no matter. There'll be time enough to learn the truth. Monkey, be a good man and take word to these developments to Minfilia, would you? I shall prize everything I can out of this filth. The abductees are still somewhere out there. Our foremost priority is to rescue them. Man, those Vesper Bay tickets are... Whew! We did not have those when I did this the first time. And, man, having to run all the way back here is horrible. Very, very horrible. Welcome back, Monkey. I am pleased that you and Thancred have been getting along. I see. You have done well to uncover the truth. My thanks for the report. As Thancred said, we must ascertain where the abducted were taken, and none but the Amalja know the answer. Suffice it to say, they will not willing apart with this information. I fear blood will be spilled before all is said and done. Though we speak a peaceful solution to the Primal problem, we must needs be ready to fight for our cause. That you might take to the field suitably prepared, I would have you meet with a goblin acquaintance of mine. His name is Mutamix Bubblypots, and he is a scholar of no small repute. Mutamix is renowned for having introduced a revolutionary method of enhancing equipment to Eorzea. The knowledge of this method was once closely guarded secret, but thanks to Mutamix and his students, it has now been disseminated to the great benefit of all the realm. It would serve you well to acquire the understanding of this process. For this purpose, I shall lend you a blade. Take it to Mutamix, and bid him use it to demonstrate this craft to you. Mutamix is ever to be found at the camp in central Thanalin, a place known as the Bonfire. Look for a pillar of smoke, and the way will become clear. And this is the introduction into materia. Again, early quest in the game, man. You know, the story is starting to open up a little bit. You know, we got the Amalja stealing people, getting crystals. You know, kind of start learning a little bit of that. But you know, they got to introduce the different things in the game. So we're still in that area. It'll really start kind of leaving that behind in the level 35 to 40, you know, quests. So yeah. If I'm not mistaken, this guy right here, this is just a quick little, like, yeah. Little quick talk to him, and I can get material from my gear now. Alright, Mutamix. Psst. What has Uplander come to tenting of Mutamix Bubblypots? Fighty Tool drinks in airy self. When full of airy self, Fighty Tool changes to Stony Shine, name of materia. If materia join with other Fighty Tool, then Big Eyes Fighty Tool gain power of airy self. Mutamix is reckoning that Uplander is friend of Minfilia. Yes, tongue flaps reach ears of Mutamix with fastness. Minfilia want Uplander to see power of materia. Uplander brings fighty tool to Mutamix, yes? Fighty tool is unstrong as eating tool. Make good teachy show of power of materia. The materia master. Now, eyes of Uplander point at fighty tool, yes? Materia join with fighty tool. Fighty tool gains power of materia. Fighty tool reborn. Here, Uplander take fighty tool to Minfilia. Materia, strictly speaking, is a kind of crystal. It is created by drawing out the etheric constituents from a piece of equipment and then crystallizing them. Not just any old equipment will serve, mind you. You have to have sufficient spirit bond, and being a measure of how fully an item has been imbued with its owner's spirit. When you attach a piece of materia to a gear, you imbue the host item with its power. That's how Master Mutamix turned the dagger of yours from somewhat of a struggle to cut steak into a weapon worth wielding. Uplander wishes to be joiner of materia? The Uplander best fill brain case with knowings of crafty making. With knowings of crafty making, Uplander can become joiner of materia. If Uplander wants brain case to rattle with knowings of materia, Uplander best trade tongue flaps with learning ones of Mutamix. I don't have to be dressed like a poor dude anymore. There's the Halatali unlock. Welcome back, Monkey. I trust your visit to the bonfire proved fruitful. Ah, what a remarkable difference a single piece of materia can make. Granted, the skills needed to manipulate the substance are not easily acquired, but one need only look upon the results to realize such efforts are worthwhile. And I'm sure you're aware, the quality of one's equipment can be the difference between victory and defeat. Materia may well give you the edge you need, Monkey, so make it your ally. Now it's time we discuss the matter of your next mission. Pray speak with me when you're ready to begin. What is this that I just got? Level 18 Weapon Coffin. I have a level 20 already. So I'm going to assume that this is not going to be as good. Yeah. It is literally the regular quality of what I have. Trash. Alright, this is going to be our last one for this video. Word has arrived from Thancred concerning our ongoing investigation. It appears he was able to extract some information from our friend Ungus, the false priest. He revealed that he is due to meet the Malja to discuss their dealings. The Immortal Flames believe that the meeting will present an ideal opportunity to ambush and capture the Amalja responsible for the abductions, and so they mean to have Ungus attend as planned. As the Amalja are anticipated to offer fierce resistance, the Immortal Flames have requested our support. I would have you provide it to them, Monkey. Thancred is presently attending to another matter, but will join you as soon as he's able. Until such time as he does, you will be the Scion's sole representative on the ground. Before he left, he bade me tell you, save some for him. Such is his confidence in you, a confidence I share. When you have made ready, pray take yourself to Camp Tribone and report to the Flame Sergeant leading the mission. May you walk in the light of the crystal. Alrighty. Ah, you're monkey hero of the you're monkey hero of the Scions. My thanks for coming, friend. We're stronger for your assistance. Allow me to brief you on our mission. Our objective is to capture Amalja and prize from them the whereabouts of the abductees. The lizardmen aren't aware that their man Ungus, who has been exposed. When they come to the rendezvous point to meet the traitor, we'll spring the trap. Owing to the clandestine nature of the mission, we can deploy only a small contingent. Every member must count, and so we requested the aid of the Scions. The rendezvous will take place at the Invisible City. Please make way there and lie in wait. We stand to learn much and more of the Amalja plot if the mission succeeds. Monkey, let's make sure it does. Alright. Let's do this. Is the bait in place? Our man is in position, sir. Good. We make our move as soon as the Amalja appear. Yes, sir. Ah! What is the meaning of this? Wait, something's amiss. I'm afraid your little ambush ends here. I eluded the immortal flame's clutches for moons before finally being caught. Did you not wonder how I managed it? It was almost as if someone was feeding him information from the inside. Yeah, every movement was known to me ahead of time. Now, as much as I'd love to chat a while, I have appointments to keep. They're all yours. Put up your weapon, or your comrade's a dead man. Behind you! Bring him. The rest of you, march. Traitorous scum. I fear the Amalja mean to give us to their god as an offering. If I must die, let me die a soldier's death, with steel in hand. Alrighty. Can the Ifrit... Ooh, I can do this with NPCs? Alright, let's try it out. Never done this before. Alright, let's go. Lord of the Inferno, hearken to our plea. Lord of the Inferno, deliver us from our misery. Almighty Ifrit, Lord of the Inferno, your humble servants beseech you, grace us with your divine presence. Almighty Ifrit, we bring before you ignorant savages who know not your godhood. If it please you, Lord, scorch their heathen souls with your cleansing flame, and mark them as your own. But bloody hells! Bring those two as well. What's going on? This ain't what we agreed. None but servants of Lord Ifrit may behold the rite of summoning. The souls of unbelievers are forfeit. No, spare me, I beg you. Pitiful children of man, by my breath I claim you. Arise once more as my loyal minions. Feed my flames with your faith, and all who stand against us shall burn. Oh, mighty Ifrit, my one true God. Your words are my bread. Impossible! By what sorcery do you resist my master's will? Could it be? Your soul already belongs to another? Yes, that is the only explanation. Bring it, bitch. Forsooth thy frail mortal frame, and serve as vessel to the blessing of but one. Yet I smell not the taint of another upon thee. The truth of thine allegiance waxeth clear. Thou art of the godless blessed's number.
The paragons warned of thine abhorrent kind. Thine existence is not to be suffered.
Easy peasy. Pray forgive my lateness. I was delayed by a congregation of Amalja's zealots. I swear each seemed more evangelical than the last. Persistent lot. Phew. I see the Bloodsworn wasted no time extracting the captives. No less than I'd expect from the Flame General's hand-picked men. As for those two, it's fair to say their hardships have only just begun. They have much to answer for. I feel I owe you an apology, Monkey. Had I known this mission would prove so dangerous, I would have never let you face it alone. You have been given a veritable baptism of fire. But let us continue this conversation in more agreeable surrounds. Camp Drybone, shall we say? This way, sir. So that was the mighty Ifrit. And what a disappointment he was. The readings are nowhere near what I anticipated, even taking Old Dawn interference into account. You should have known better than rely upon 5-year-old data left by the 7th Legion. Nor can we expect any form of support from the motherland, given the troubles at court. We have only ourselves to rely upon. Ever the pessimist, my dear Livia. Promise you'll never change. We've wasted enough time here. The meter of yours is too old to give any reading worth a damn. Not that they were worth a damn for it to read. But I take your point. I suppose we must content ourselves with knowledge that we've achieved our primary objective. Yet, I find that I'm troubled by that adventure's unexpected show of strength. Could such a foe prove a hindrance to our plans? Perhaps, but that is a consideration for another time. You've been given a task. That is your priority. I suggest you treat it as such. Fail to do as my lord commands, and I will spare him the trouble of punishing you. With allies like that, beware of a woman in love. I shall need to be on my best behavior. There you are, Monkey. Come, rest a while. You'll have no better opportunity after witnessing their god's ignominious defeat. The Imalja will be less inclined to risk our wrath, for a time at least. Now, where were we? Ah, yes, I was in the process of apologizing. I do hope you can forgive me. I arrived too late to be of any use to you or the abductees. They may be whole of body, but the same cannot be said of their minds. For once a man is tempered. But it ill suits me to dwell on the negatives. Amidst all of our misfortunes, there is still reason to rejoice. Ifrit is slain, and by your hand, no less. That is the deed of no ordinary individual, Monkey. Not that I ever thought you were ordinary. On the contrary, I have long suspected that you have the potential to shape the fate of this realm. What can I say? My fine eye for talent remains undimmed. Minfilia will be proud beyond all reckoning when she hears of your deeds. I trust you shan't object to my bearing the tidings to her. That way I can claim to have contributed something to the mission. You, meanwhile, have earned yourself a rest. Take some time to relax and return to the waking sands when you're good and ready. We can discuss matters in more detail then. Just don't take too long, will you? The realm's problems won't solve themselves. Ah, the triumphant hero returns. Thancred told us of the news upon his arrival. He is presently in the Solar giving a full report to Lady Minfilia. You should join them at once. Lady Minfilia is most eager to see you. My late arrival nearly cost Monkey his life. I wasn't there when the Amalja took him prisoner. And I wasn't there when they served him to Ifrit. Yes, by some miracle he survived. That does not excuse the fact that he should never have had to face those dangers alone. I failed him utterly. Just as I'm failing you all. What's done is done, Thancred. You can't ill blame yourself for every... Monkey! It's so good to see you again. Impeccable timing, my friend. I just finished regaling Minfilia with your heroic exploits. Thancred has told me everything. You have done well to return to us. The perils you faced were undeniably great, yet part of me believes that I had no cause to fear, and now we can put paid to our long investigation. As we suspected, the Amalja undertook both the robbery and the abductions with the aim of summoning their Primal Ifrit. Nor is this tale limited to Ul'dah. Similar incidences have been rife in both Limsa and Gridania as late. I dare say you've been curious as to how these crimes are linked to the Primals. Permit me to explain. Having manifested in the physical realm, Primals must consume aether, if they are to maintain their presence here. And the stronger they become, the more aether they require. Now, aether exists throughout creation. It flows through all life and permeates in the very air we breathe. Alas, this alone will not suffice to sustain the likes of Ifrit. Nay, he and his kind require more concentrated sorts of aether, crystals. It is for this reason the incidents involving crystals can often be traced to a primal. Which leaves us with the why of the abductions. To understand this, you must first understand how primals are born. When all is well with the world, primals possess no physical form. Their essence is dispersed across the great river of ether. However, when the world is plunged into chaos, those who worship the primals cry out to their gods for deliverance from suffering. These cries serve as a beacon towards which a primal's essence is irresistibly drawn. It is this coming together, or etheric coalescence, which grants the being's physical form. Once born, a primal gains strength from its followers' worship. The more numerous and fervent they are, the more powerful their god becomes. But the primals are seldom satisfied with such reverence as their adherents freely give, and in order to gain more power, they do not scruple to create followers. They do this by tempering mortals, a process which you yourself were subjected. Yet, even as Ifrit took your comrades in his thrall, you alone remained unaffected. This is thanks to the power you possess, the Echo. We know not why of it, but those blessed with the Echo are immune to primal influence. It is as though a greater power protects us. When you first came to us, I told you that the Echo would be instrumental in dealing with the primal threat. I trust you now begin to see why. The recent incidents all share a common trait: meticulous planning. Such elaborate designs are a new development, and one which fills me with an unshakable sensing of foreboding. While I share your concern, my presiding feeling is one of relief at your safe return. The immortal frames assure me that they will deal with the aftermath, so you need not concern yourself with that. We may rest easy for a time. I suggest you take full advantage of the respite, Monkey. You may be sure it won't last long. Once the people learn the identity of the hero who felled Ifrit, I fear you will have nary a moment to yourself. Whether she intended to or no, Minfilia neglected to tell you something. Something I think it would be best you heard from one of us. It concerns the tempered abductees that were rescued. I'm sorry to report that all were put to death. The flames with whom you were imprisoned included. Needless to say, this information must not be known to the public. I swear that you to you that we would not do this if there were any other recourse. But once a man is tempered, he is tempered for life. His very existence led strength to the Primal, whom he cannot choose but worship. And so we Scions continue our fight, that no more innocents need be sacrificed. I hope that you will continue to stand with us, Monkey. But I should be going. I must offer my apologies to the Flame General for the loss of his people suffered. Till next time. Gods forgive me. How many more lives? Louisoix would have never allowed this to happen. I have to do better. I have to be stronger. Alright guys, that's going to be it for this video. I don't know if the next one will be more main scenario or if we're going to do our next 2 rogue quests. But yeah, we're going to keep on going. I hope you enjoyed it, and we will see you in the next one. Take care.